As far as I can tell, this is one of the best practices for empaths to do on a daily basis. Now, this is a tool that it was made up by Access Consciousness. You can learn more about what Access Consciousness is by Googling it. I'm not a facilitator of Access Consciousness. I'm not a facilitator of Access Bars, even though I've been interested in their teachings. And as far as I can tell, I will not be a facilitator of their teachings. But again, I am very much interested in whatever they offer. That being said, the tool is basically that you ask whether your feeling, thinking, sensing belongs to you or not. Now, what most empaths don't really know and don't really realize that for most of the times, like 9 out of 10 or maybe 9.99 out of 10, is that they take others people's stuff as their own. So they take others people's thought as their own, other people's emotions as their own, other people's sensations as their own. And when I say sensations, I mean things like feeling cold, feeling hot, feeling hunger, and all the other sensations that humans can actually feel. So it's really not limited to anything. And this tool is fairly simple. Step number 1 is you ask, does this belong to me? And by this, we reference either a thought or an emotion or a sensation or all of the above. And most of the times, again, 9 out of 10, at least that's what Access Consciousness teach, is that it does not belong to you. And remember, when you ask that question, it doesn't matter to whom or to who it belongs. It just matters whether it belongs to you or not. Because there are some times where it doesn't belong to people, it belongs to entities, beings, or other things, and it doesn't really matter, and we don't want to go and dig deeper into what it does belong to, or who it does belong to, or whom it does belong to. What we're most concerned about is whether it belongs to us or no, or not, sorry. So, second step, after you realize that whatever this is, it does not belong to you, you simply just go and ask, and not ask, demand that this, whatever it is, return it to sender, never allow it to come back to me or my universe again. Again, return it to sender, never allow it to come back to me or my universe again. This is basically the phrase that you can say. You can say it in a different way if you would like to. You can say it in your own language if you'd like to. Just you say it. Return it to source, never allow it to come back to me or my universe again. Now, those 2 first steps usually are sufficient for most of the times. But there are times where you need either to keep repeating those steps or that you need to go to the 3rd step. Now, in the 3rd step, what you decide to do is do the clearing statement. And for the clearing statement, it's, again, Access Consciousness clearing statement, and you can do it whether you're an Access facilitator or not, like me. And it basically goes as the following. So, you ask, does this belong to me? Whatever this is, remember? Then return to source, never allow it to come back to me or my universe again. Then 3rd step, you have realized, yes, it does not belong to you. And you have asked it to be, or demanded of it to be returned to source and never allow it to come back to you or your universe again. And 3rd step is you do the clearing statement. And the clearing statement is, destroy and uncreate it all, times gazillion, good and bad, right or wrong, puck and pad, all 9, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now, most of what I've said is an abbreviated something. So if you'd like to learn more about what is the clearing statement mean or refers to, you can absolutely also Google that just by Access Consciousness clearing statement or clearing statement of Access Consciousness, even though I think the first one would be better. I think you might even find a source where if you just said clearing statement. But anyway, you ask the question, does this belong to me? No. Return to source, never allow it to come back to me or my universe again. 3rd step, if you don't see a major shift, you simply just clear it and by using the clearing statement, destroy and uncreate it all, time gazillion, good and bad, right or wrong, puck and pal, online, shorts, boys and beyond. Remember, this is a practice. And as empath, you have probably, for whatever your age is right now, you have taken others people's stuff as your own, as yours for so many times. And you've just done it unconsciously. So you need to do this practice, and you keep doing it and doing it and doing it non-stop, like religiously non-stop, until you reach a point where it becomes a habit of yours, until it becomes something that you naturally do. To be honest, with my Arabic audience, I have done this as a journey. I've done this as a challenge. I mean, as for a 30 days challenge, they keep doing this. And one of the main points I've done it that way is because I know that for most people, unless you do it that way as a challenge or as a journey or as a course, people would not commit to it. So you might do something like this. I don't know, follow your intuition, follow whatever feels right to you. I hope that this would actually help you and help transform whatever you're feeling, because I know how horrible it is to feel so many things and you just feel overwhelmed by everyone else. And cutting yourself from other people is not a solution. Staying in bed is not a solution. Putting a protecting cloth or a protection, whatever, blah blah is out there. I don't think it's either a good thing. The good thing is that you expand and you don't stick yourself. And we stick ourselves with emotions, with thoughts, with feelings, with emotions like nobody's business. And we do it so unconsciously. And this tool, this practice, it should help transform this. May this or something far greater happens to all of us.